What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and also a little bit of weird news about halfway through the show. It's a bit of a collection of shows. I am joined as always by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how is it going?
I am good, Conor. I like to think of the show as a tin of biscuits, and the first layer, movie news, and the second layer, you better believe that's weird news.
Third layer, mediocre podcast.
Yeah. Below that, it's straight metal. Get that into you.
So look, as I said, first half of the show is movie news. If you are here for the weird news, there is a timestamp down below, and that's the whole extra second half of the episode will be dedicated to weird news, in which we cover all the weirdest news stories from around the world. But Shaun, it is movie news. Feels been a little while since we did one of these, because just to recordings, we did the last one a little while ago.
Not that the listeners would know anything about that, but you know, it's these are all recorded on a Monday, folks.
But if this is your first episode, you don't have to do anything. Just chill out. But if it's your second or above, we would really appreciate a like, a follow, a share. 5 stars on Spotify is absolutely legendary. If you could do that, that'd be great.
Do you know, I recommended the show to someone today. Recommended my own show. Why not?
Weird.
But they looked at it on Spotify and they were like, "Oh, you have a lot of 5 stars."
It was your granny.
It was, yeah. And she didn't subscribe, but
she's big into algorithms, and she did not subscribe.
Yeah, no, she went back to her Joe Rogan experience. But
do you talk what Joe talks about?
No, we generally talk about weird news and movies. This is not a completely sidetrack, but I was at a gathering, shall we say, in a pub recently, and I was talking to one of the lads, and he mentioned, "Did you see the new Thor movie?" And I said yes, and he said, "What did you think of them making Thor gay?" And I didn't know how to answer that question because I was like, I can't remember. See,
Thor kissing at him. I can't remember any homosexual relationships he had.
One, I don't think Thor was pursuing a heterosexual relationship.
Pretty sure Natalie Portman was in that movie.
Yeah, and they had a whole love thing going on.
Now maybe, look, there was a sidebar that maybe I missed. Maybe there was maybe an undercurrent that I very much missed. But that question was so, because I was like, he was like, "You're into comic books, answer me this riddle."
But that's so loaded in, it's not even, it's, because that implies there's discussion,
that implies that I know what he's fucking talking about.
Yes.
And I was like,
also, I get the feeling that he thinks being gay is bad. I don't know if I want to put that on the man, but
I had a lot of weird vibes of the question. And I very much was just like, number 4 wasn't great, but I mean,
you should have gone too heavy into it. I think Taika was too much of himself in that.
He's just really in depth, just like Mr. Watiti. I think where it went wrong was they let him too loose. That's what really happened. And he'd be like, "Who the fuck is Taika Waititi?" But Shaun, this is the movie news section of the show. We think there's only one place to start, and it's slowly gathering pace as my favourite thing that we talk about. So, recently, I say years ago, we had several ongoing segments on the show. One about Jared Leto.
Yes.
And just his ongoings of being basically a dickhead.
The worst person in Hollywood /
one of the worst in real life. And number 2 was Channing Tatum wanting to do his own Gambit movie.
Yes.
And always getting it cancelled, and then eventually having to write and shoot the movie by himself, and then also getting cancelled. But I think this is going right up there with them, Shaun, because I have Marvel's Blade movie has lost another director.
We're retreading old ground here. But how hard is it to make Mahershala Ali kills vampires?
This is the best thing ever. The fact that their brains cannot comprehend a movie in which Oscar winner Mahershala Ali kills vampires in a trench coat with a sword.
It could just be that, and people would love. Just make a movie.
Yeah. Well, Shaun, when was it first announced? Can you think back?
2018, was it, we were kind of just coming out of the pandemic. Was it 2021?
2019.
Holy
2019, the reboot was announced.
That's 5 years ago.
It's half a decade ago.
What else? Oh my God.
It was meant to come out, I think, last year. The first director departed in September of 2022. That was Bassam Tariq.
Yeah.
Having left, then they had several writers come and go. Then they had several people interested in directing and then leaving. So now, currently, they have lost their next director. That is Jan de Mange. Has parted ways with the production. Look, they don't really know. There's no reason given why the departure has happened, but this was meant to be the next one that they're like, we're back on track.
Yeah.
Got a director.
This is the biggest home run in the world. I don't know how they fucked it up this bad. We are, I would say, weeks away from Mahershala Ali drawing out of this project.
So that is the reason why I think this gets even funnier, is his lawyer came out this week. Right? His fucking representative came out and then said the Blade delays are the craziest thing in my professional experience ever.
And I assume he's worked on a couple of projects.
So his lawyer, Shelby Weiser, cannot get over the fact that the movie still hasn't come out all these years later, saying the deal was done in 2019 and they still haven't even shot it.
But they don't have a script. They have a script at this point. Maybe.
No, so as far as I know, they had a script with the original director. Then the director left and they tried to do reshoots. Then in the reshoots weren't going well. Then Mahershala Ali was also working on the script as they were doing the shoots. And then all the writers left. And then they were like, brand new writers, brand new director, bring them all in.
Yeah.
And now they've all left as well.
I don't think a lawyer would publicly say that something is weird if they weren't basically already out of this deal.
I think Ali is gone.
And I can't blame him in the slightest.
No.
They've been fucking him around for 5 years.
It's genuinely so funny because normally you do the other way around. Normally it's like you have an amazing script, an amazing movie, and you're trying to get actors that live up to it. They literally got one of the best actors alive in a role that when you say it, you're like, holy shit, that's fantastic casting as Blade. That could be great.
And they've already put him in at the end of Eternals, being doing the Blade voice, talking about a blade. And
he even said some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Did you see Wesley Snipes? I need to get this entire statement because it's insane.
He came out.
He came out with his thoughts on the recent
and you know
Blade
what?
news.
At this point, Wesley should be allowed to speak. Let's hear him out, what he has to say about this, because of course he was the original Blade. What a legend.
What has he said? He said daywalkers make it look easy.
It's one of those where it gets funnier the more you think about it, because how Iron Man got made with
Blade should be the new Iron Man. In terms of production values.
No, Blade should be 10 times easier as a production than fucking... Blade's already been done. Just copy what was already done.
Yeah. Sorry, the full quote as well. Blade, lordy, lordy, lordy. Eyes emoji. Folks still looking for the secret sauce. Riding snowmobiles in traffic. Kinda rough. Daywalkers make it look easy, don't they?
Wesley, that is exactly correct. It's just I genuinely at this point would just accept if they copied word for word the original movie and just reshot it.
Lion King reboot this and just put modern day Mahershala Ali in this same thing.
The question there is, who is the new Deacon Frost? And why is it Robert Pattinson?
Pattinson, he's not coming in to do this. There's no way. He's doing the Batman too.
You're telling me Pattinson won't play a vampire, Connor? Come on.
What
are we doing here?
The amount of money you would have to give that man to be like, do you want to come back and lead the vampires?
I think he's doing a vampire movie soon.
Is he?
Yeah, himself and Kristen Stewart, I think, are back in a vampire movie.
Fuck off, that's a lie.
Bear with me. I need to do some Googling here.
There's absolutely no way. Did you see that on Facebook?
No, I saw it on X.
X, okay. So, look, the good news is that Mahershala Ali still technically Blade. But we're at the point now where if this was a first date, he's kind of looking to the door. He's very much like...
He's texting his friend that it's not going well.
Come collect me.
Yeah. Ring me, it's an emergency.
Weird vibes coming from this.
Yes.
I want out.
Kirsten Stewart is in a vampire movie upcoming.
I told you Pattinson's not coming back for a vampire
He's
movie.
too busy being Batman.
He's not going back into that world. The idea that like Mahershala Ali, I mean, he's amazing. He's perfect for the role, and they just cannot figure out just how he kills vampires. At this point, we'll accept anything. Just bring it out. It's fine.
Like, all you need to do is you just need to make a movie. Just not try and tie it in to any other existing property. Because I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to do Midnight Suns. And Blade, because every other Midnight Suns thing, which is like the supernatural team up in Marvel Comics. So we've got Moon Knight, which is standalone. And we've got Werewolf by Night, which is standalone. So they're trying to make Blade be the fucking linchpin between all of these. Where in fact, we should get a Blade movie, then we should get a Ghost Rider movie, and then in the next Doctor Strange, it should end with him assembling the Midnight Suns.
See, that all makes sense, but how do we connect them all right now?
Yeah.
Because Ali's leaving.
We can't wait, because capitalism has got to the point that we need profits year on year, folks.
I mean, I suppose my next question, because we're probably going to talk about this again when another director leaves in 3 weeks.
Soon.
We're averaging a director every maybe month or two at this stage, maybe a few writers.
This is the new Who's Playing Mr. Fantastic rumour.
Yeah, and the question now becomes is who's going to play Blade?
Yes. Which, honestly... There's few good picks. Like, there's great picks, but you fumbled Mahershala Ali.
And also, who's going to sign on to this?
Yeah, it is a real poison chalice. They were speaking with Jordan Peele a couple of weeks ago, and they just didn't.
Well, that's even funnier. If Jordan Peele, one of the best directors, and we said it, like, if he goes to you and he's like, I'd like to direct a movie, they're like, yeah, but not like that. We want you to direct it our way, not like your weird way that I don't think works.
Yeah.
Right, Jordan? You're not very good.
They had Jordan Peele in talks. This broke down since we reported on it, like, last week. But they had Jordan Peele in talks to direct an X-Men film, and they fucked that up.
World's biggest supermodel has turned up and is like, I would like to date you. And you're like, I've actually got things on.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm busy. What are you doing? No.
It's the easiest win of all time.
So, like, I is Marvel cooked? Is that...
I think the only way this resolves it is if Jordan Peele and Mahershala Ali go off and make a different movie and make it fucking amazing.
They need to go off and just make a movie about vampires. And he kills vampires.
Don't call it Knife. And just fucking go and fucking kill it.
Sword.
Sword, man. Man, it just gets funnier every time. His lawyer coming out just being like, this is fucked. This is super weird, man.
This is insane.
And it's just getting worse and worse. Oh my god. Please just do a movie.
Because the thing is, and this is the thing that happens with this happens with movies the entire time. Development hell is a thing that a lot of films go through. That's why we don't have a National Treasure 3, despite all of my letters. But it's because it's Marvel. This is so profoundly public, everything that they do. And they made the fuck-ass decision of announcing it before they had any work done.
And look, if we are in a universe, right, where Jordan Peele wants to do a movie, and your Blade movie doesn't have a director, and has Mahershala Ali sitting there, and you're like, wow, we need to kind of maybe rewrite and direct this. Who do we get? And he's like, just kind of around.
Yeah.
The idea that they do not give him $1 trillion to just do the fucking Blade movie for them and make them a shit ton of money. I've no idea whose idea that is.
But also, if you have Jordan Peele, the man who made Get Out, and you don't want him to direct the X-Men about segregation and dehumanization of a certain group of people.
I would get Jordan Peele to do the next 5 movies. Just everything.
I would get Jordan Peele to do the next Lord of the Rings. He's just a good director.
He's really good and he wants to do your movie. Just let him do
Give him what he wants.
Maybe tell him he can do the X-Men movie if he just gets you out of this bind with Blade.
Look, if you can fix Blade, you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, Jordan, but you just need to fix Blade first and direct it, and I think you'll do well.
Do you think there's a big break glass in case of box in Marvel, and it's just Edgar Wright's phone number?
No, it'd be the Russo brothers. It wouldn't be the Edgar Wright.
Are they good now? Are they still good? Or
no,
they
well,
made
I
the
mean,
Grey Man, and that's not good.
Yeah, but they're solid, and I think Marvel. And look, we're not going to take away from them. They did all those fucking.
They did all those movies. They weaved a lot of webs together and made them.
I mean, to be honest with you, we've kind of seen after they've left the kind of maybe trajectory that's left. It's a lot harder to do those movies well.
Actually, yes, maybe in the broader movie going public, being safe is not good, but in the 30 odd movie Infinity Saga, having safe directors who knew what they were doing was a benefit. And
also, Winter Soldier is fucking amazing.
Winter Soldier is class. Okay,
it's so good.
Anyone.
I mean, you can't take that away from them. That's so good. I think the Russos. It would be great if the Russos got brought, and even they're like, nah, man, no.
But that would if the Russos left.
Yeah. So Shaun, I want to move on from Blade because I think we've talked about it for 15 minutes because it's our favourite topic.
Of course, but can I throw out one wild card? And it's either going to work or not work. Let Rian Johnson direct Blade.
Holy shit.
You know?
I mean, it couldn't be worse.
Couldn't be worse. It will be a director.
You're at 0. Yeah. You just need a director.
Or, who directs John Wick? Get them.
Get one that buys it. Yeah, John Wick would... Yeah, maybe have a... It kind of depends on what kind of Blade you want. They don't even know. So, I mean, what can you come up with?
Yeah, Chad Stahelski. Anyway.
Okay, so we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And this is some fantastic news from Warner Brothers that came out just after we recorded last week.
Oh, yeah.
That really cheered me up. And that was Warner Brothers wants to make a Barbie sequel with or without Greta Gerwig.
Warner Brothers wants to go broke. Warner Brothers is desperate for money at this point.
That headline is everything that's funny about the current movie landscape.
Yeah.
I think us doing this show every week, there's lots of things to be excited about, but that headline alone of with or without Greta is we can pull it off.
Yeah,
we got this. It's fine.
We don't need Greta Gerwig to direct a fantastic movie.
By the way, as if Margot Robbie's going to sign up without Greta there. There's not a hope.
But there's a fascinating world here where there's all of those Barbie movies that just exist anyway, like the animated, there's the princess movie and the fantasy movie and all that kind of stuff. So do they just adapt those to live action?
But they're not going to have Ryan Gosling won't come back.
No.
You won't get Margot Robbie back.
Genuinely, they don't care about the preservation of art, but genuinely, Barbie is a better movie if nothing ever happens because of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the best movies, just one and done. Just leave.
Yeah.
Bring a movie out, let it be good, and just leave it.
Yeah, there's no Scott Pilgrim sequel.
No, or There's loads of versions of like movies that just come out and they're just fucking good.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that was a great movie.
Like Boogie Nights.
Nice Guys.
You ever seen Boogie Nights? Nice Guys. I would do a Nice Guys sequel of that.
We would watch several Nice Guys sequels, but they just never got made. But the first one is still fucking amazing.
Yeah. I once watched Nice Guys, and then the day after I woke up and I watched it again.
That was only recently, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very recently.
Because I remember telling you at least 7 times to watch the Nice Guys. You were like, yeah, I'll get to it.
I Young Justice it is what I did.
Have you seen that yet?
It's on my watch list.
It's on the list. It's on the booking
list. It's on the list. Don't worry about it. It's on the list.
A few years from now.
I saw a really good, interesting thing on Twitter, which was Warner Brothers used to have Harry Potter as like a crutch. Throughout all of their cycles, there was a Harry Potter movie in development or coming out. And then Fantastic Beasts really underperformed and they cancelled it, which meant that they cancelled the movie, but also the promo and all the theme park stuff and all the merch stuff for all the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah.
And now they just have to get by on everything that's not Harry Potter, which is little enough. In the broader scheme of things.
Well, that's why they've greenlit Pirates of the Caribbean as well.
Yeah.
At the minute.
Well, that's Disney.
Or Pirates of the Caribbean. No, that's Disney. Sorry, that's Disney. What does Warner Brothers... They have a few things, but like they're desperately searching around for something to carry them.
Well, they used to have Christopher Nolan in their pocket, and now they don't.
That is true, and then they pissed him off by releasing everything to direct DVD or direct to streaming.
Direct to streaming, like, and they're still doing a lot of that. Like they have Joker, they do have Lord of the Rings. That's still one of theirs, so we're getting that anime that they're coming out with soon. They've got Creed, they've got the DC stuff, but that's still up in the air. Like, when's the first DCU project coming out?
It's James Gunn's Superman is next year.
Next year. Summer. And then they got like the Batman and stuff like that as well. But it's crazy that they did the first Barbie movie and didn't have Gerwig, Margot Robbie or Ryan Gosling on any contracts for any sequels. I don't know how much faith they had in it. Like,
they put a lot of money behind it, to be fair. For like, you would, if you get like the 3 of them,
they did.
But I suppose Barbie is like, we were talking about, it's such a weird concept. When before any news had released about it, if you just said they're doing a Barbie movie and Margot Robbie's playing Barbie and Greta Gerwig and Ryan Gosling are involved, you're like, geez, that's a really talented cast for a movie that kind of makes no sense.
I think word of mouth did a lot for Barbie. I don't know what the Barbie marketing budget was. But like
it made 1.4 billion worldwide.
Yeah, no, extremely successful. It was genuinely a phenomenon. Warner Bros. Also has Dune, Godzilla, and then I think what's starting off a lot of the Warner Brothers stuff, they have Mad Max, and Furiosa did not do well in box office. Yeah,
it's not done well, which is very disappointing because I mean those movies are amazing.
Yeah, those movies are fantastic, and George Miller's like he just loves what he does. He's just a very good director.
Yeah.
But they'll be saved in April 2025 when Minecraft comes out.
Also, Greta, by the way, at the minute is working on those Narnia movies for Netflix.
Yeah. That's not.
She has to do 2 of those. So she's locked in until like 2027, 2026. So, I mean, when do you do this? Is it going to come out? And by the time it does come out, will anybody really care? It's a very strange situation. And I think Warner Brothers just are... The idea of doing it with or without Greta is the biggest... It's the biggest signal to me that they don't really give a shit.
No, they're just pumping something out and hoping...
They just want to make $600 million.
Yeah, hoping that the 1.4 billion that they got will just carry them over into general profit. Like, also, sorry, I was looking at the upcoming for Warner Brothers, and they've got things like, you got Constantine 2, you got a Dune Messiah, you got a remake of The Fugitive, then you've also got Demolition Man 2.
Fuck off, is Demolition Man 2?
Apparently that's in production.
What?
They're producing Demolition Man too.
I love Demolition Man.
I adore Demolition Man.
It's one of the best movies. It's a movie that nobody's ever seen.
He's a man out of time.
It's fucking great. It's absolutely great.
Also, I Am Legend 2. That's coming out.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan is coming back for that.
Yeah.
Will Smith is coming back and Michael B. Jordan is in it.
Is in it as well. We got the Lost Boys remake coming out. Portal? They're making a movie of the Portal movie?
Yes.
Portal game, sorry.
A Portal movie based on the Portal game, yes.
And then umpteenth Matrix and Godzilla vs. Kong sequels.
Of course, line them up, just ready to go. I think they've had a few hits in the last few years. Zaslav, mostly just due to very, very bad leadership. He steered them directly towards the iceberg and is now like, why are we going towards this iceberg?
Yeah, just a terrible captain, like, of any vessel.
Why don't we piss off Christopher Nolan?
Yeah. Why don't we burn that bridge with one of Hollywood's best working directors?
Yeah, because he did Oppenheimer. They would have had Oppenheimer.
They would have had Barbie and Oppenheimer in the 1 year.
And they would have been fucking bank, and they pissed them off because they were like...
Genuinely, okay.
If I remember correctly, they told him that during the pandemic he would still get a cinematic release for Tenet, and then like 2 weeks before it came out, they were like, actually no.
It's going to be same day streaming.
Same day streaming, and he was like, I'm going to cancel my contract. Yeah. Go fuck yourselves.
I don't want to work with this. Denis Villeneuve came out as well with Dune and was like, this is really disappointing. But they could have had... That's fascinating because the trend of that is if Warner Brothers didn't pivot so hard to streaming at the start of the pandemic, which, look, is an understandable decision, but if that didn't happen, we would have gotten Batgirl. Because they would still have Christopher Nolan, they would still have Oppenheimer money.
Also, they would have had Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Dune and 1 and 2 in a row.
That's how you save cinema, folks.
And everyone would have been like, Warner Brothers, amazing. They're fucking killing it.
But then one misstep, just pissing off. If Tenet had come out just in cinemas, made no money, fair enough. But everything else would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, don't do a Barbie sequel. Just leave it.
Yeah, just let it be good.
And I think everyone involved in that cast is smart enough to know that just like, unless they don't need the money, I think they're fine. So we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And Shaun, I have two pieces of news here. But one I think is there to piss you off. And the other one is there that's just fine. So you tell me which one you want to have.
You know what, Connor? Give me the one that'll piss me off. Let's get it out of the way.
Toy Story 5 reportedly finds director. So this is in line with everything to do with everything going on with Marvel at the moment, or Disney I should say, with the animation. Obviously Toy Story franchise, massive, right?
Huge.
And they love it. And the thing is that they really wanted, in the last few years, Pixar movies have been struggling to connect with audiences. People aren't going to see them, Shaun.
People don't want real stories and emotion, Connor.
So original movies like Soul and Turning Red, they're no reason for them.
Didn't Soul win an Academy Award?
Shut up, right? Bob Iger, the other smartest man in Hollywood,
of course,
the other CEO of the other guys, he has suggested that Disney's focus from now on is going to be put into developing new movies in existing franchises, if you missed it. And that means Zootopia 2, Frozen 3, Toy Story 5, basically movies that they already have done, and they're just going to do sequels until we all die. So Shaun, what do you think of this idea? Toy Story 5 has a new director. We're locked in. We're ready to go.
You know how we often say, like, AI is bad and it gives just general results based on the most popular answers and things like that?
Yeah.
All of these movies and scripts could be AI movies and scripts. There's no reason for them to exist because you're just making them for a safe bet.
That is...
It's
yes.
Literally... what he's saying in that statement.
They're saying that the movies that they do, the original movies, don't make enough money.
Yeah.
People don't go see them. So we're going to make other movies that are sequels to movies that people know. Now, I suppose there's two sides of it. One, if people aren't going to see the original movies, it probably is because a cinema ticket is like fucking... It costs a shit ton to bring like kids to the cinema.
Yeah.
Like if you have like two kids, the two of you go, yeah, that's a shit ton of money that you're spending in one day. People can't afford it.
100%. So, and everyone's like, oh, you can just buy the ticket itself. But if you're going with kids, you got to get them the popcorn and the drink and the rest of it.
Like you're well over $60 €60 at that stage. Like if between all of you.
And then this very same studio that you're going to see that movie and paying 60 quid for, you're also paying €12 a month of a subscription when that movie is going to be on there in 4 weeks.
Makes sense. So when the original movies come out, doesn't really get the same hype, but that's just because they've kind of killed cinema through the prices. But back in the day, Toy Story, Cars, all those movies, Cars is like 2005. It feels like that's like newish, but even then, prices.
Yeah.
I think people would just go see a movie. I think people don't do that anymore. So the original ideas don't get seen because people don't just go, what's on?
Yes.
We're out for the day. What is on?
Everything is content now. There's so much out there that there's no... If you don't see the latest movie in the cinema, it's not like you're missing out on conversations. Again, because you can see it in your own house within 4 to 6 weeks if you really care. But... There's a point to be made about event cinema, like The Whale and like Oppenheimer and like Barbie and
Dune
and like these like things that are best experienced in a theatre. Those do tend to do well. This isn't to take away from Barbie at all, but like Oppenheimer is best experienced in a theatre. Barbenheimer became a thing, and so Barbie got a lot of Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer also got a lot of the marketing that Barbie had. So it was this weird symbiotic relationship. But I think a lot of it comes down to they just need to reset what they think is a successful movie in cinemas. Because they're all looking to do $1 billion out of the gate.
And you can't do that.
That doesn't happen. We've talked about a mid-budget movie. Just make one of those and put it out.
Well, I mean, the best example I can think of is if Toy Story 1 came out now.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make $500 million.
Not a chance.
And that movie is fucking exceptional. But original ideas, they come out. People aren't going to go out of their way to watch them until they know that they're good and they're worth their time and money. Especially going out, especially after the pandemic and all, people are like, and look, people have streaming services for fucking everything. They've sold us all these streaming services,
yeah.
So
Cable
you
is
have
back,
them all
baby.
there. So like the fact that like say Incredibles 1 that comes out now, nobody really goes to see it.
Yeah,
but that's possibly the best Pixar movie of all time. I'm going to say maybe that or Toy Story 2. It's between the two of them. I think it's a pretty good solid
I like
choice.
Incredibles 2 myself. I think it's the superior Incredibles.
Okay. I mean, you're clearly annoying me just on purpose, but that's fine.
You preface this story with that it would annoy me.
Yeah, but I don't like when it comes back. This is an annoy you segment. But like, I would say, yeah, Incredibles and Toy Story are probably the two best in terms of quality. Those two movies, Toy Story 2 and Incredibles. But like, those movies don't make $1 billion.
Yeah.
If they come out now. Like, and that's not due to quality. That's just due to people probably won't go to see them. So the idea that they're going to do sequels until the day we all die, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. What are we going to do? Just Toy Story like 10? Like, we're just going to keep going.
Yeah, and but also every film that comes out has to have like a conclusion that's like, no, this is the last story, and then we just start again.
And also, the more sequels that you do, and this might have no sense, but I think the more sequels that you do, the more it takes away from the new things that you're putting out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's just like, oh, it's just the next one.
Because if you bring out Toy Story 5, Toy Story 6, Toy Story 7, Frozen 3, 4, 5, then when you do bring out an Inside Out or maybe not Inside Out, but like a Soul or Turning Red, nobody cares. Because they're like, well, that's not the sequel to the movie that I know about from when I was 10. So, like, I don't give a shit.
But then, because it's the 10th version of that movie that came out when you were 10, you were like, I've probably seen enough of this.
Whereas, when they were fucking running and gunning in, like, late, mid-90s and further up, it was all in the, like, first movies.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, here's Toy Story, then here's A Bug's Life, then here's The Incredibles, or like all the movies in between, like just bang, 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 bang. So you were like, it was more the studio. You were going because it was a Pixar movie.
Yes.
Like Marvel. Like the Marvel had that whole monopoly for like years, that it was like, it's a Marvel movie, go see it. Pixar had that, it's a Pixar movie, like a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
You gotta go see it.
I think I'm still, like, this is the thought that I've been formulating for a while, and it's still not fully worked out. But I think trying to make everything a universe is the way to kill something, because everyone's trying to do like what the iPhone did, and it's like, it manages everything. You have all of your information is here. Everything you need to know is in this one thing. But then when you translate that to like Star Wars, it's like, you'll watch Star Wars TV shows instead of regular TV shows. You'll watch Star Wars movies instead of regular movies. You'll go to Star Wars theme parks instead of going on a different holiday. You're trying to make it everything, and as a result, you just water it down so much that none of it actually means anything. The Force Awakens was super, super successful because for years we hadn't had a new Star Wars movie. We hadn't had a new theatrical Star Wars movie since Revenge of the Sith in 2005.
And there hadn't been anything really, other than like, say, maybe the animated show in like 2007.
Yeah, which was good, but that again was like, you would seek that out because you wanted more Star Wars. It wasn't designed as you felt lucky for finding it. Nearly, that's weirdly a motive to put on it, but like it was, you wanted more, and so it was there if you wanted it, but it wasn't everywhere, so you didn't get sick of it. But I'm sick of Star Wars for the most part. I'm sick of a lot of things.
And you're sick of it because they're like, this is you. This is your personality. You love this.
Yeah, I love
this.
pizza.
Fucking have it.
If I ate pizza for breakfast, lunch and dinner every day, one, I'd have a fucking heart attack. And two,
I'd be a legend.
I would be like, any chance of some, like a salad, perhaps.
Yeah. And I think it's the same, like, I avoid everything to do with, like, Batman and stuff like that. Like, I don't really pay attention to anything to do with, like, I'm not going to watch the Penguin show, even though Colin Farrell is in it as Penguin. I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to leave that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait till Batman 2 comes out.
Because that's what I care about, and that's what I want.
And I'll just read the comic books which aren't connected. And, for example, The Incredibles, right? That's my favourite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Right? I don't watch that. I maybe watch that once every 2 years.
Yeah.
Because if I watch it every day, then I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I'm sick of it now. And I've never watched The Incredibles 2 ever again. I watched it once.
I watched that once
like,
in
okay,
the
I'm
cinema,
done.
and then...
Yeah, like, I watch it like every 2 years, and I'll go back and watch it like, this movie's fucking amazing. Yeah. And then I'll just won't watch it.
But you don't watch it every day. Like, it's your favourite because it's special. And the more you're exposed to it, the less special it becomes.
So, I mean, Toy Story, I'm sure it'll make a lot of money, but it's actually fascinating as a really boring conversation about how they've placed Pixar, that, like, the Pixar now the movies they're bringing out rather than the studio.
Yeah.
And they need to go back to Pixar's the studio. It produces fucking amazing movies. And even if they're okay, they can be okay with their Pixar.
Yeah.
Like Christopher Nolan, all of his movies aren't amazing. Like they're all 10 out of 10, but they're Nolan movies. So you go watch them
because they're a specific directorial vision.
Exactly. So like you go off the name rather than the movie that you're bringing out. And I think, especially with that studio, I think it gives you a lot more safety in terms of people going to see your films.
Yeah.
Rather than going off brand recognition of the movies themselves.
I also think it would, if this again is just another random thought, but if Disney went back to like the 2D hand-drawn animation and then Pixar was like the 3D CGI animation, I think that creates a differentiation, because at the minute, a lot of the 3D CG animation it's hard to tell where it comes from. So you're losing that specialty of like, oh, it's a Pixar film. Whereas like, oh, you know, DreamWorks has similar production designs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or you could do the other way around. Like Pixar's the 2D. And so then when they come out with something really special and they worked on it for years.
Yeah. Like, have you watched Star Wars Visions?
No.
Every one of those is a different style of animation. And like any of them could be their own film. It's insane.
Look, we could have this conversation, by the way. We like to have like really dumb conversations.
Anytime we hang out, this is how we actually talk to each other. This is like
a fascinating conversation of just like, I like these people, I don't understand how they think this is going to work. They're making money now, but they're basically shooting like future them in the head.
You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like
you're like, yeah, we'll make $600 million now. But like when Toy Story 7 comes out, what are we doing?
That's the thing, like that'll get us through this quarter. But then what happens next
We'll just do a fucking Frozen 3, it'll be fine.
Yeah. And then we'll just make all those animators work really hard.
At the moment, they're the equivalent of like you go to the loan shark to pay off the last loan shark.
Yeah.
And then you've got now like 150% interest on this one. And you're like, we're going to go to a different loan shark to pay off that loan shark.
They are at a roulette table going double or nothing at the minute. And that's all of Hollywood.
Yeah. I wanted to finish on the movie news section in the fact that Marvel Studios, this is a heavy rumour, and I couldn't find any confirmation, so that's why we're not doing a full story on it. But Marvel Studios interested in doing a Kang and Spider-Man 2099 alliance for Avengers 5. I read that and I thought, they won't be doing a Kang anything, I don't think. But Spider-Man 2099 being brought in for Avengers, I mean,
pretty cool.
They could do it.
Do you get Oscar Isaac in?
I think you just get Oscar Isaac. I mean, like, why would you not?
Get Apocalypse in, get the man 3 paychecks.
He's Moon Knighting as well.
I mean, like, Kang and Spider-Man 2099 makes sense as, like, time-travelling characters in the Marvel Universe. But again, that just sounds like executives being like, these two are popular. Let's do something with those. Kang's not doing anything at the minute.
Kang's not busy. I think they will crack into the Spider-Man, into the Spider-Verse stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Like, at some stage.
You know who's in there? Mahershala Ali.
Bring him back. He could be to Spider-Man. Miguel O'Hara.
Oh, that would be sick, actually.
Just he's never out of suit.
He's kind of a vampire as well. Like, he has the fangs and stuff.
Yeah, you could just bring him back as a vampire and just call him Blade.
His name's Blade now and he has a knife.
So that's it for this week's movie news. Shaun, it is time for some weird news. That means it's also time for the jingle.
Wait, no, I'm not ready.
Wow, you weren't ready, but it was still there.
Look, I perform. I'll do it on the night.
We'll do it live, he said.
We can never do these live.
No, absolutely not. Shaun, well, technically they are, because there's no quality control. So this is just...
That's a very nice way of saying I refuse to edit.
Yeah, well, look, I'm looking out for you. So this is weird news, Shaun. What do we do here?
You spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, man who has been too busy avoiding editing tutorials to look at any weird news.
Just actively avoiding.
You keep sending them to me and I refuse. I suppose
it is, why would you need to avoid them? You're just like, no, I'll avoid them. I don't even go on YouTube.
No,
I see a spoiler.
I have a whole algorithm just to dislike them, just in case, you know.
But by that, like, reverse psychology, the algorithm's like, he must be really, like,
he's really looking for the perfect editing tutorial.
Like, I feel like we should show him more.
Nah. Oh, YouTube, please, no.
So, yeah, Shaun, this is some weird news. And look, there's only one place to start this week, and that was with tragic news. Legend here on the Heroes for Hire podcast, on the weird news segment, Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut's reign as champion of the hot dog eating contest from last year in New York has come to an end. He's a 16-time champion. He's been barred from competing in this year's event over a partnership with vegan sausage company. Shaun, Joey Chestnut is out.
I mean, look, it doesn't make sense, honestly. I don't know what this hot dog eating competition is afraid of. But surely if you can stand by the quality of your hot dogs, you can put up with a vegan hot dog company existing. Also, vegan hot dogs are basically just hot dogs.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are just spice and gristle is all it's made of.
I would be of the opinion that you still have to eat just as many. Like, I think it's just as tough.
Harder in many cases. Because whatever bulking agent they use.
So this is the 16-time Nathan's hot dog eating contest. He's the 16-time champion.
Dogs, of course.
Nathan's hot dogs. Chestnut, apparently, this is Joey, he recently signed a deal with Impossible Foods, which is a rival of Nathan's that has launched the vegan sausage. So Joey Chestnut then asked, could he use the Impossible Foods vegan sausage, because he's now signed the sponsorship with them in this year's competition. And Nathan's were not happy with this, and they went so far as to ban the greatest sausage eating champion that they've ever had.
Folks, if you've never seen Joey Chestnut at work, look him up on YouTube, because my God, it's fascinating.
He inhales those sausages.
He'll do 2 in the time it takes you to play the video. Like,
we are devastated to learn that Joey Chestnut has chosen to represent a rival brand that sells plant-based hot dogs rather than competing in Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest, said the Major League Eating Competition.
No, he was happy to do both.
He said he would, but they banned him. But now the production, the media, they're using the media to frame it that he stepped away.
Nathan's, why can't you make, if you make such good hot dogs, why can't you make a competitor to the Impossible Company's version of a hot dog? You know?
MLE said that it did allow Chestnut to participate in a rival competition on Labour Day, which will be broadcast on Netflix. Chestnut is reported to have made $200,000 for appearing at last year's contest, and was offered a 4-year, $1.2 million deal to compete again.
I don't know the scale of how competitive eating pays, because that's insane.
It feels like he's the one superstar and everybody else is amateurs.
Yeah, it would be like if you had one Undertaker and everyone else was local wrestlers.
Or like, one The Rock.
Yeah.
And they're all just lads from the pub.
Who can eat a fair bit. Like.
Yeah. So Emily and Nathan went to great length to accommodate. This is their statement, by the way. So the league is coming. They're getting in ahead of them. They said that we and Nathan's went to great lengths to accommodate Joey and his management team, agreeing to the appearance fee and allowing Joey to compete in a rival unbranded hot dog eating contest on Labour Day. So they say that they agreed to accommodate it, but then Joey pulled out. Joey said that he was basically forced out for saying that he was going to eat some like sausage free wieners.
Yeah, which look, it's tough, because if you're the representative of the vegan brand, surely you have to eat that in any competitive option where it's available.
And you can also see, by the way, in the middle of the statement where they then go in, because they're like, for nearly 2 decades, we have worked under the same basic hot dog eating exclusivity provisions. However, it seems that Joey and his managers have prioritised a new partnership with a different brand over our long-time relationship. And they clearly know that that's they've gone in a bit hard, and then they go, Joey Chestnut is an American hero.
Of course he is. He can eat the most hot dogs of any man.
We would love nothing more than to have him at our contest.
But you could.
We hope that he returns when he is not representing a rival brand.
So your issue is with the brand, not Joey Chestnut.
You're saying that Joey can't compete because he works with that brand, and they're basically guilt-tripping Joey into leaving the brand.
I would go so far as to say is that Nathan's hot dogs, they are discriminating against Joey because of his dietary choices.
I think so too.
And so I think there's a small claims court settlement to be had here.
If you don't know anything about Joey Chestnut, by the way, he's 40 years old. He's widely regarded as the GOAT in this sport, right? He's won the contest every year but one since 2007. He lost the 2015 contest, but has since rattled off 8 straight victories in a row. In 2021, he held the world record. He beat his own world record, I should say. He ate 76 dogs and buns in 2021 in 10 minutes.
Okay. This is my question to you. This is my question to everyone on the Spotify auto-asked question.
Yeah.
It's going to ask you what you thought of the show. Just answer this question instead. How many hot dogs could you eat in 10 minutes?
7.
I was going to go 11.
11's too big.
Do I get sauce?
I don't know if they're allowed sauce.
Yeah,
I actually don't know
sauce. What do I...
I don't know the rules of the competition. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But
I put like crispy onions on top and shit.
You're adding more food.
Hot dog contest rules.
He's going to slow himself down. All the onions.
The 4th of July hot dog eating contest.
Are you allowed like condiments on this hot dogs? Because surely that makes it unfair, because some condiments might be easier to eat than others, so like,
but they're more calories, so your body is going to get fuller faster.
But I think level playing field, everybody has no condiments.
They have 10 minutes to eat as many hot dogs and buns as they can by hand and sans utensils. If anyone vomits, they are immediately disqualified. Condiments are not allowed, and contestants may drink any non-alcoholic drink during the contest.
So you're drinking ketchup.
If I had a Virgin Bloody Mary, that's essentially ketchup with water.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it wouldn't be nice, though, is the problem.
I'd have the celery to cleanse my palate. It would be great.
Celery. So you're saying 11. I said 7 because I think after you have at least 4, I think you're kind of sick of hot dogs.
Yeah, but in a contest situation.
Yeah, but I think I just wouldn't want to win as much as everybody else.
See, I think I want to win this. It's my issue. Now, I couldn't eat 70 or whatever the fuck Joey ate.
It's so funny because, like, in any other aspect, it'd be the other way around. And you're like, I don't really give a shit. And I'm like, I want to win. But in this scenario, you're like, I'm going to kick the shit out of everyone here.
Yeah. But the thing is, Conor, I'm eating the impossible dogs. You know, I'm not a meat-based man these days.
Well, you can't join the competition.
I gotta go underground. I gotta do the street.
Sorry, you gotta go underground to the streets. You have to have a street hot dog eating competition.
But, and I get they'd let me use ketchup there. I guarantee you.
They would. And onions.
It's the Wild West.
I mean, I think so then automatically I win. But even though I've kind of gone veggie as well, so I feel like, but I would do it for the competition.
Yeah. You would. See, if we made it like say this podcast got wildly successful. Wildly.
Say it did.
Say it did. Imagine, even more successful than it already is.
Well, I can't quite imagine that, but go on.
We throw Heroes for Hire con, and Marvel sues us straight away, let's be honest.
Oh, of course.
But then, some kid just kicked a ball at the house, by the way, sorry. But then, like, main stage...
Little Johnny, I paid him to do that.
Middle of a Heroes for Hire fest. Main stage, we have a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be allowed to have the non-meat dogs.
That's not how the rules work, brother. I'm following the Joey Chestnut rule book.
Same calorie count, same everything, same mass, same size.
I'm sorry it's just the love of the game. Sorry, I win. That's just the way it is, right? If I have one, I win.
Sorry. So you're disqualifying yourself from the non-meat hot dog eating contest?
Yes, because that's not the official one.
Well, I'm in
the official
folks.
one. I'm in the official one.
No, there's two official contests held.
No, I'll also compete in the non-meat one as well, because I'll win that as well.
You won't win that. You just said you could eat 7.
Yeah, but it'd be to beat you.
Oh, so now he cares.
No, it would. Now that I think about it, if I'm on a stage with you, I'll be like, oh, Jesus, I better take him out.
Jesus Christ, your wedding is going to be fun, isn't it?
It was just like, I'm gonna fucking eat this lad.
I'm gonna one up this lad the whole
I'm
time.
gonna fucking kill him. Wait till he sees this.
Gonna shut him down.
I'd come out. I'd be playing mind games. I'd come out with a knife and fork. I'm fucking just like nibbling the first few. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
You come out eating a basket of bread, like
lying in the stomach. What we doing out here, boys? We eating fucking hot dogs, are we or not?
You're putting in your dessert order like straight away.
Sorry, wait, just in 11 minutes, could you bring me a sundae? Thanks very much. All right,
Knickerbocker glory. Yeah. Please, thank you.
Joey, by the way, last year won in 10 minutes. He ate 63 hot dogs last year.
Oh, that's off his peak. You know, he usually.
Well, no, look, he peaked in 2021. He was about I say 35. So that's like he's in peak prime condition, ready to go.
Yeah.
He had the world record. He holds the world record, and he holds all of the world records behind the world record.
That's a power move. But it also it says
like
a lot about
like
Nathan's, where they won't have the world record holder at their hot dog eating contest because they're afraid.
Other world records held by Joey Chestnut include 32 Big Macs that he ate in 38 minutes, 44 Raising Cane's chicken fingers in 5 minutes, and 61.5 4-ounce pork roll sandwiches in 10 minutes, among dozens of others.
What? I want to see. So is he like in the competitive eating world? Joey Chestnut is like the 100-metre sprinter. He can eat the most really quickly. I feel if you spread that over an hour...
32 Big Macs in 38 minutes, that's a long time as well. He's an endurance eater as well.
It's true, he has done the relay.
He has done the relay. Like, he is the LeBron James of just food eating competitions.
Yeah, he's the greatest in the game. Okay, one more. What do you think you could beat Joey Chestnut at eating?
Oh Lord! He's like Thanos. He's unkillable. What are you talking about?
I feel I could put up the most ramen noodles in 20 minutes. I could do that.
How hot are they to start with?
Oh, they're room temp. They're a fine. I can just
room temp. Okay,
I can funnel those in like a goose.
I think he's taking us out no matter what it is. You think of anything, he's taking us out. The man ate 32 Big Macs in 38 minutes.
That's true, but can he scull 8 cans of Guinness in 12?
You might take him in the Guinness. You actually might. Maybe liquids aren't his thing. So maybe he can't do liquids. He hasn't drank anything in years. Like, I think you take him in the drinking competition.
Fair. You could probably do... No, he could probably put sushi away.
Oh, he would... well, no, actually, now that you mention
little handfuls of sushi just over.
I could take him in I'd fancy myself in a sushi eating competition.
I think you could do it. Like little fucking norimaki or something.
I could eat at least 30 of them in maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah. Because your brain doesn't process food until you need to.
No, not until like at least 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
So like I would die, but like not in the competition.
I'm not saying you're going to be fine after it, but I think you would put up a fight.
But I would take the gold home before death.
Yeah. I'd make my family proud.
Like, they're wheeling me away in the ambulance, but I'm holding the gold medal up.
You're doing the Maximus Decimus speech to Joey as you're wheeled out. And
he's just standing there looking at me.
Eating a hot dog.
Eating a Big Mac.
Yeah, same joke.
So Chestnut famously also took down the protester, if we all remember, in the 2022 event via chokehold. There was a protester at the event. This is why we know Joey Chestnut on this show, is that it ran on and he took him out via chokehold, which didn't faze him. He still downed 63 hot dogs and buns to win the competition
while putting a man down, essentially.
He's just a legend of the game.
He knows what he's good at, and what he's good at is quite cool.
So I'd say we need to start a petition to bring Joey back, really. I mean, he deserves his own... Real power move, start your own competition.
The Joey Chestnut dog?
Yeah, the Joey... Like, I think you need to start getting into Brandon Joey. I think you start your own hot dog company. You need to start maybe doing a competition for that. People will go to that. Like, it's like the Michael Jordan Invitational.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey, I'm going to put you in touch with a lady. Her name, Linda McCartney. And you know what she makes? Some lovely little sausages.
I'm going to put you in touch. I like the idea of you just message him on Twitter, just say Linda McCarthy.
Just look her up. You like what you say.
Just look her up on Google. That's all I need to tell you. That's all. Right, so Shaun, I need to move on to our next piece of news because we've talked about Joey for too long. I read this story, by the way, and this is mad. Pigeon problems. Germantown votes to have all pigeons killed.
What the in that town or in the world?
Well, not in the world, in that town.
That's not fair.
Pigeons have to be one of the most unloved animals that humans have ever had.
We fucked pigeons over, by the way.
Yeah, we really fucked them up. The birds flock European squares, obviously. They have like thousands of them all over Europe. The birds, they bring out a lot of irritation, disgust, and people don't really like them, right? Because the pigeon-human relationship has taken a very drastic turn in this German town. Limburg an der Lahn, in the western German state of Hesse, has just voted to exterminate its 700-strong pigeon population.
700 feels like too small of an amount to exterminate. You get me? Like, I feel you could deal with 700.
Yeah, it's like you have there's more of you than there is of them.
You outnumber the pigeons.
Really, yeah, you could really get them in some sort of like cages and like take over the area.
Yeah, you could just shoot the pigeons until they stop coming around.
Shoot them. A referendum was held last week, Shaun, the same day as the country's EU election, after the city council decision to kill the birds in November 2023 proved controversial. So, just over 53% of the residents voted on Sunday approving the killing of the pigeons.
That's an insane margin of 3% of people additionally wanted to kill pigeons.
Apparently 7,500 yes votes were cast.
You fucking cowards. If 7,500 of you can't deal with 700 pigeons, if you can't beat a pigeon 10-1, you're fucked.
You gotta take the pigeon at 10-1. I mean, you can punch. He can't even punch.
Yeah. Did the pigeons get a vote in this?
At this point, you gotta have maybe some sort of wrestling ring, and you gotta go 1v1 a pigeon and just see what happens.
If you voted to exterminate the pigeon, you need to actually kill a pigeon with your bare hands.
I think that's the only rules. If you can do it, fair fucks to you. But if the pigeon pecks you to death, it's game over. If you run away, that pigeon gets to live.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say 5 minutes. You have
5 minute timeline.
You have to last 5 minutes with a pigeon. If you don't kill the pigeon, or if the pigeon lives, you lose and you die instead.
Today's results were unpredictable for us, said the mayor. The citizens have made use of their right and decided that the animals should be reduced. This was the method initially proposed by the council last year, and the question put to voters was simply whether the decision should stand or not. More precisely, the falconer will lower the birds into a trap, hit them over the head with a wooden stick to stun them, and then break all their necks.
That doesn't seem like the kindest way of killing them.
Yeah, I mean, what's the kindest way of killing them?
Just kill him quick. Like, you need to get a lethal shot and just pick them off one by one. I
think the wooden stick over the head is showed off. I think that's an extra step that's not needed.
I think hiring a falconer to lure them is showing off. I feel like this bill was proposed by the falconer, to be honest.
Yeah. Because the idea is that, like, there's a lot of critics to this saying that it's very cruel, and obviously it's pretty fucked, right? That you're like, yeah, let's kill 700 birds just immediately, even if they are annoying. But as we said, it's one of those where if you say it, I think you got to do it yourself. I think we can't be trusting the falconer to do it all.
No, yeah, if you pass a sentence, swing the axe, like you're condemning 700 pigeons who don't fucking know any better to death.
So apparently, a group called Pigeon Action found an alternative solution, now known as the Basel model, whereby citizens were warned against feeding the animals, and pigeon lofts were also installed so that eggs could be easily be removed from them. As a result, Basel's pigeon population plummeted by 50% within 4 years.
Sorry, so this is working, and they're doing the Warner Brothers on this.
So what they did was there was an idea that does work, but it takes 4 years. Whereas we could just shotgun into the sky and see what happens.
Like, I don't understand why they won't just let this other model work. That's insane.
A local, apparently in Augsburg, in the Bavarian city, a local animal welfare organisation also has several pigeon lofts, which swaps new eggs for dummies to keep numbers in check.
Right, so there's going to be no more pigeons born in that town.
No, because they just keep a number on what it is now and they never go up or down.
So just wait. Just be patient.
No, kill.
Murder.
It's kill
pigeons.
or be killed.
It's either us or them.
So, I mean, I read that, I was like, that is insane. But the fact that they're going to be like, put them in a big net, beat them over the fucking head, snap all their necks, one by one, we just do it until there's none left.
Yeah, like that's kinder. What are they going to do with all those dead pigeons? Are they being put in a pie?
Because if they are, I'm on board. I'm listening. But
keep going.
But like, as we said, I think the only way to do it, if you vote for it, I think you gotta go through with it. You gotta at least hit somebody over the head.
Yeah, you need to know what you need to actually not contribute, but you need to take part in this. Like, you can't just be removed from the whole thing. Also, it's weird to put the Falcon through this as well.
The Falcon's going to be exhausted.
Yeah, 700 pigeons to kill.
Wrecked. Shaun, I want to move on to our next piece of news, and this one is kind of scary, but woman swallowed by quicksand while enjoying walking the beach with husband.
Oh, wait, so quicksand is an issue?
It's apparently, so what started as a normal day, this is something that we learned all about as kids and you just never hear of again. Apparently the fears are coming back because Jamie Accord said that the incident happened to her while she and her husband were walking along Popham Beach State Park in Maine. Literally, it was kind of like, I just dropped into a manhole cover, she told the news. We're walking along, just talking, and then all of a sudden, I just drop into the sand. She found herself waist deep in the sand, and she recalled telling her husband, I can't get out.
That, the initial fear of that is insane.
Yeah.
Like, the initial panic of just being like, oh, nothing makes sense anymore, I just fell through the fucking ground.
Unfortunately, her husband pulled her out because he was there. But the question then becomes, she's out by herself, Shaun. What happens because she's done?
Oh, if she's on her own, well, I hope she knew not to panic and not to struggle, otherwise you sink further.
As we all learned as kids. I mean, it's really beaten into a xylophone and quicksand are the two things that we need to learn. If
you can position yourself to lie on your back, increasing your surface area, you'll be fine. You just wait. You got to get out slowly.
Okay.
You start thrashing around, you're going straight down in the sinky sand.
As soon as he pulled me out, she then said, we turned around to look to see what had occurred because we just assumed I'd fallen into an actual hole, but there was nothing there. It looked just like the beach. It had filled itself right back in.
Now my question, did they mark it at all that there was danger?
Assume, as a bit of a laugh, I don't think you should. I think, what's the worst that could happen?
Right,
it's not
you
me.
did just ask
I'm
the
out.
question if someone had been there on their own, though.
Yeah, but like, it's a laugh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm free. Why do I care if anybody else comes along? Some jogger run along the beach.
For my part, I would draw a circle around it in sand, right? However, if I myself were to come upon a big circle in sand,
you would step on that.
100%.
Later, after she'd already changed out of her clothes, which were covered in wet cement-like sand, she decided to do a post on social media to warn others. So I mean, what can you do? But like, it's amazing that like quicksand is here. I have never actually heard of a story of it actually happening.
No, I've never been stuck in quicksand myself.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because you would be stuck in quicksand. You are the person that I assume would be stuck in quicksand. So how long are you giving yourself?
In quicksand? And is it a thing that I'm going to sink so much that I'm going to die?
Yes.
A day and a half? Probably a day and a half.
You're eating hot dogs.
Yeah, they're being fun. I fell right behind a hot dog truck, actually.
And he's just like, could you just help me out? No.
I only provide dogs.
Apparently climate change is a factor as it starts to do that. So look, that's one of the, if we're going to start getting some deniers on board, don't talk to them about the sun.
Yeah.
Don't talk about quicksand.
Big quicksand.
That's how you get your how do you get your weird uncle who's on Facebook a lot? That's how you get him on board. You're just like, dude, have you ever been in quicksand? No, you don't want to be.
You don't want to be. But
recycle.
They're going to put you in quicksand if you don't recycle.
The rule is to stay calm, apparently. They also then came out and said this is a 100% survivable scenario. So, I mean, I suppose every situation is a 100% survivable scenario if, like, you do certain things.
Yeah, until the scenario changes or you don't know how to act.
Yeah, like crossing the road is a 100% survivable scenario, but, like, some people get hit by a car.
Open heart surgery is 100% successful until it's not.
Because survivable implies that there's a bit of room.
Yeah. It's like that should be like ended with it's survivable, depending on
what you do and everything you say and all of your actions.
Then you'll be laughing. You'll walk away with it, lads. Don't worry about it.
So we are finishing Weird News this week, Shaun, with Florida Man. It is the Florida Man section of the show. No Florida Man jingle.
No.
But what can we do?
We can't afford the copyright.
Can't afford it. But Shaun, Florida Man has had a very poor week this week. So he hasn't done any crimes.
Oh.
He's actually been very quiet on the crimes.
Good. Love to see that for them.
So when he's not doing crimes, the reason why he's not doing crimes is probably because something happened to him. Because Florida Man's colon falls out of body after powerful sneeze.
Oh, Conor, you know I have hay fever. Why would you put this in my head? This is sneezy
Picture this. Shaun, picture this. Right? A seemingly normal, ordinary day. A powerful sneeze turns one man's world upside down. Hold on to your tissues as we dive into this bizarre tale. Because it's a serene Florida morning, Shaun. 63-year-old gentleman. He's in a breakfast diner. You know what I mean? He's having a bit of breakfast.
Lovely.
Enjoying himself.
Big pot of coffee on the go, perhaps.
What can you do? Relishing, he had just recently gotten over prostate cancer and had abdominal surgery in the company of his wife is beside him. He's after surviving the surgery. Everything's going well.
Great news for this guy. Love to hear this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the man sneezed.
Oh, damn. Amateur.
And when he looked down, he could see, to his shock, when he glanced out, he witnessed, and you're not going to like the next sentence, Shaun.
I'm braced. I'm ready.
Everyone prepare themselves. Several loops of pink bowel protruding from the site of his recent surgery.
Folks, I don't like this at all.
Loops of pink bowel is a phrase.
I didn't know it came in loops.
Reacting swiftly, the man covered the exposed intestines with his shirt while his wife urgently summoned medical assistance. Paramedics arrived promptly. An approximately 3-inch vertical laceration had opened up.
So they didn't stitch him upright.
So they must have not stitched him upright, so when he sneezed, the stitches came out.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Remarkably, despite Florida Man's situation, he reported minimal blood loss and was swiftly transported to a nearby hospital and survived.
I mean, do you pay for the meal, do you think?
If there's any way to get out of a meal, my insides are on the outsides.
It's like, yeah, sorry, oh, no, sorry, it happened again.
Insides on the outside, sorry, can I leave?
You know yourself, it's a tough case.
They found no evidence of injury to the man's intestines, and he remained completely unharmed.
Right, but they put, I imagine, 1 million stitches into him this time.
Yeah, I think at this stage, you're looking at least 55 stitches.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
It's mad to me how we just stitch people back together. I think that's fascinating.
And the skin just like heals around it.
It's like we just figured out, if you just push it together, it's fine. Like,
it's still good. It's still good.
We'll keep it in. Don't worry about it.
Well, like, I mean, it's like anything. Like, really,
there's so many things, like, say, I was actually drying up recently, right? Plates, glasses. One of the glasses broke, Sean.
No.
Right? I'm drying it, and it goes straight into my finger.
Ooh.
Right? So, obviously, not ideal.
No,
so,
not your best situation.
So, I got, like, those paper stitches.
Love those.
And just, like, put them back on, or, like, stuck them on, and then my skin just came back together. But it was, like, fucking...
It's magic.
It's... The human body's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. You're saying this like a doctor. Human body's mental.
Yeah. And he's just like, after training for 15 years, he's like, yeah, you fucking idiot.
There was one time I was carving a spoon and I drove a chisel through my hand.
Of course.
And I live near a pharmacy, and it was like 5:30 p.m. on a Friday, so they were about to close. So I wrapped it in like kitchen paper, had my hand in my pocket the whole time, and it was like bleeding through my jacket. And I just went in and was like, sorry, do you have those paper stitches by any chance? They're like, yeah, you all right? Yeah, no, I'm grand, don't worry about it.
Honestly, I'm absolutely fine, just missing a hand. Just missing a whole hand, I'm fine though.
Stopped in the pub on the way home, stitched it up, then it was grand.
I don't want to put you out, is the thing, right? And I don't want to
go home. You balance that till.
You're after having a fucking tough old day. I'm after having an easy one at home, and I just have to run.
I've been kicking it like don't
I'm
worry
a fucking Egypt. It's actually on me, to be honest with you.
It's your own fault, honestly.
I'll tell you what, I'll leave, right? I'll just leave and bleed out, because I fucking deserve it.
I'll lock up here. Don't worry.
I'll lock up. Don't you worry, boys. It's fine.
Give me the key.
No, but like, imagine the moment when you sneeze and you're just like, oh.
I imagine your brain, nothing makes sense at that point. Your inside is on your outside. You can't.
How do you tell the wife? Because you're like, you're not going to believe me, but I sneezed.
Yeah.
And now my intestines are on my lap.
See, I'm enough of an idiot that I think if I was like beside my fiance and this happened, I would say something, and I think you'll agree this is what I would say. I would say, that's after opening.
But you do it quietly.
Yeah. I'm not causing a fuss. Jesus.
Yeah, between you and me,
come here.
I'm in a bit of a bother.
When you're ready.
No,
order
just say nothing. But I'm in a bit of a bother. Oh, here she comes back now with the coffee. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
No, you're too good. Yeah. No, just to let you know, my insides are currently on the couch.
It's the sunny side up, please.
Actually, can I have a glass of water? Oh, you're too fucking good. Honestly, you're no, just call the ambulance, please.
Please, no, I might die.
Seriously, no. Seriously.
Minimal blood loss and minimal damage, though. That's insane.
Survive. Florida man is made with tougher stuff. It's going to take more than that to take him out.
Yeah. No, he's already fought off so much that, like,
he's a killer. Like, he fights off alligators for fun. This man, like, he doesn't care.
What they didn't mention is that someone was robbing the diner and he choked them out with his intestine. Actually,
he's like, I'll put them back in now in a minute. After this is fucking done.
Jeez, I'd rather have him and not need him, huh?
Jeez, that'd be a real plot twist if you go to rob a diner, you get choked out by your intestine.
You would never commit crime again. Like,
you can't live that down. Like, you're just like, you're going to be called pisshead for the rest of your life.
No, wait, are people calling me pisshead? What? Do I have to choke someone out?
You get choked out by the small intestine, you're getting called pisshead.
Yeah, probably.
Sean, that's it for this week's episode, I think.
What a week, Connor. Would you like me to take us out?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you all very, very much for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and then next Monday with another episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. You get extra movie shows and invites to our live shows and things like that over there. And you also get a shout out on the show. So thank you to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles Loves You and hopes you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the wash and it'll be grand, Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Pollen can go fuck itself, fully agree, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine are certain you could kill someone with a compass, just aim for the carotid artery. Russ, in the spirit of the pod, I think it would be a win if Jack Markham added Asylum to his surname, Parfitt. Jack Markham Asylum, pretty good.
I tell you so, Russ, that is excellent.
That's good
That
stuff.
is really good. Jack, how have you not thought of that, first of all? But well done.
Jackson Brueheim has released a new episode of Can Columbo Crack the Case. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Kira Lawler, Judge Lahey, The Amazing World of Keza, Mikey, Chair's #1 fan, Chair, Kyle Borowski, Rory, Sean subbed to the Patreon after 10 creamy pints, Peter, Bow-Beater, Banana Fana, Fofeater, Fee-Fi, Foam-Eater, Peter, and Jack Markham Asylum. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. I really, really, really appreciate it. You help us keep making the show every single week, and we couldn't do it without you. So head on over there. There is also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Gentleman's Discussion Group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast, and the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lorraine.
I've been Sean Neal.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.